All right, a calm day today. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's Tuesday morning, 39 degrees out there. Dress warm. It's a little chilly, but it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day. Plenty of sunshine today. JC?
And good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us. It's a Tuesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. This is Athens in the AM. Hey, Corey, can you get a tight shot of my chalkboard right quick before you set her up for weather? I want to show you folks what happened, Friday morning when we did that. Storms. That's what I wrote on the board Friday morning. Little did we know what would happen after that. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Shut Up in here this morning and Tom, both of them have been very busy over the weekend. Of course, Tom doing claims, and then Shut Up. You lucky man.
I'm very blessed.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Donnie's little girl, Miranda, almost was severely injured in this tornado that hit Canebrake Friday. We have exclusive video of that. We'll talk some about that later on this morning as we get ready to start the Tuesday morning off. And also, Ronnie Marks, Mayor of Athens, should be with us later on this morning. Gloria's got some special guests coming up also. We got video of the Home and Garden Show. We got I interviewed Bobby Wallace and Cody Gross Friday morning over in Rogersville at the Chamber of Commerce, but probably we'll get to that today. We had a great interview with both those guys. Y'all know Cody's offensive coordinator, used to be here on Alan Creasy's staff, and a member of Lindsay Lane Baptist Church. Also, we got video, the Home and Garden Show, as I just told you, caught Gloria in bed with another man.
Now, wait a minute.
We'll talk about that. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but we'll get to it later, Frank. Don't everybody jump panic right now. And we attended a 40th birthday surprise party Sunday night over in Huntsville, or I guess that's Huntsville.
Yeah, that's Huntsville.
Mexican restaurant for Denny. That's right. Denny, Jeff Jawjacker, Jeff Matthews, his lovely bride Denny, celebrated her, I guess we can say, 40th birthday. Had a big crowd. We got video of that. We got all that too. We'll see what we can get to today. Got lots of stuff to talk about, so let's get it cranking. The weather, no storms this week, right?
That's right. No storms to worry about. Does this mean we have an open relationship now?
Yes.
Anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. 39 degrees out there. He is finally speechless. All right, 39 degrees out there, and it's going to be a beautiful day today. 63, 65 for your high, 41 for your low. Plenty of sunshine. Get out and enjoy. Maybe the 66, 67 remark. And high temperatures tomorrow of 66, low of 52. Partly cloudy skies, but look at the rest of the forecast there. Did that say mostly storms? Yeah, I know. I was like, shouldn't be bad. Friday, Saturday, rain, so it'll be a rainy weekend, so I hope you get to do what you want to in the house, I guess, and then more storms next week. Now, Sunday, we do change time, so what is that, Frank? Fall back? Spring forward.
Spring forward.
Spring forward. Spring forward. That's right. So go ahead. So we'll lose an hour of sleep. Shucks.
Oh, man.
230-4988 gets us this.
Before we get started this morning, we'll talk about the storms here. We'll get updated on everything. We have a perfect sponsor for this time now. Is going to hook up with us. That's Shane Lewis and his dad, Lewis and Sons Roofing. If you get an opportunity, y'all need to give them a call, because they supposedly are, and from what I can tell, the best in the business. So that's Lewis and Sons.
If you stop a leak in a creek.
Stop a leak in a creek. Lewis and Sons, y'all call. They're going to be on the show every Thursday, starting this Thursday.
That's right.
So we'll go from there. Tom, you busy over the weekend?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's an understatement.
Especially on Saturday.
You know what? I got to give a shout out to him, because this gentleman came by my house when all the chaos was going on and looked at some of the damage and gave me some advice and all that. He's not even my insurance agent, not even my insurance provider. That's State Farm, my insurance provider, which would have been great.
That's
so you didn't have to give up.
But he came by. He came by and gave me a lot of great advice, and it helped out so far.
Well, a lot of you folks may not know is when that thing hit, we'll talk about it here. Donnie's house was one of the first ones hit. Donnie's, what, she's 16?
She's 16.
Miranda was out of school, just so happens, had a concussion, so she wasn't able to go. So she was asleep upstairs in the bedroom. And tell us what happened before we go to the video.
Well, she was asleep, and I was trying to call her on my way home in that Prius. The gas mileage went down some on it, but the part of the neighbor's house, and I went over there and found where it came from yesterday, actually. The Hardy plane came through her window and broke the window, and it came crashing down on her. She woke up, saw there's a big hole there, so she looked out the window and saw the tornado with the neighbor's roof still intact, spinning around, coming toward our house.
As a matter of fact, we got there.
You got there probably, I guess, 20 minutes, 30 minutes
Right after it happened. Here's some video you'll see for the first and only time. Well, only time you'll see it first right here. This girl, go ahead and run that audio full, and we'll try to be quiet about it.
That right there belongs to somebody else's house. Come busting through the window. This whole window fell on her. She looked out and saw the man's roof being swirled around by it. She saw the tornado.
So all this glass came on her?
All this glass came on her.
She didn't get cut at all?
Didn't get cut. Went downstairs and got in a little shelter down there.
Goodness gracious.
But
that's unbelievable.
Right.
Tom, what's the chances? She's asleep in that bed by that window, and all that glass comes in, and she doesn't get a scratch.
That's unreal. God was watching out for her.
I mean, that was.
I tell you.
I've been calling for like 2 hours. She called, she said, there's a tornado outside, and she's running downstairs to get in.
But she had time to call
and she said, I'm in the shelter.
She fell downstairs.
She
said, I didn't make it down the stairs. She goes, I fell down both flights of stairs.
And then she gets up at, she called me.
But what gets me, Donnie's house, you can't live there.
I can't live there because the walls are separated from the brick. You saw where it was at. It's separated 5 to 10 inches from the interior walls the brick is.
Yet you have 2 dogs outside in a doghouse and on a leash, both of them. Doghouse gone, dog's still there. Now, how's that possible?
I'm sure they were flying
Well, the doghouse is in like 50 pieces, but the dogs, I guess the leash is like the movie Twister. They were tied down to the ground, so they just flew.
I'm sure all you folks have seen the headlines in the paper, damage but no deaths in tornado aftermath, Huntsville Time headline, Decatur, Twisters hit again. I heard a rumble. That's all the headlines in all the papers all over the weekend. All right, now today, what they're saying, though, and Tom, y'all probably already know this too, warning was 8 minutes late. These people are saying here, basically, that by the time the damage was done, then the siren started. Nobody saw this coming.
I was listening to WAF. I was streaming them in at work. This is how I knew it was happening. Because the guy was on WAF was like, I got to issue a warning, and they were saying, well, the National Weather Service hadn't issued one. But when they were showing the radar where it shows the wind, it was not together showing rotation. It just formed like that. That's
Show some of that video Tony shot. Tony got out the canebrake right off the bat and got some damage. It says here in the timeline of the storm, 9:04 Limestone EMA received the first call about a wall cloud. 9:10 storm spotters report a tornado. 9:18 tornado warning was issued. 9:20 gave the first strong indication, and then 9:26 is basically when the tornado exited Limestone County. So it just came out of nowhere, absolutely nowhere. This is canebrake. Tony was one of the first ones on the scene over there shooting video. We went over there too, visited with Dr. Coleman's mother, Jane. She got a little damage. Some of those houses over there were completely destroyed, weren't they, Tom? What you saw over there? I got to commend the Athens Police Department, though, for what they've done. And I understand there was some looting right after this happened.
They tried to chase them out. They didn't catch them, but they came that night and tried to. Well, that day they was trying to come by and get some of the stuff. But hey, you got to give them credit. The chief, the Athens Police Department, blocked off the entrance, closed the gates, and everybody coming through except for you. I don't know how you got in, but you got in.
We can get anywhere.
But I mean, and then out at Eagle Point, out Nick Davis Road, Fairview Baptist got. Took some pictures on the way back from church Sunday, but they held services. It looked like their roof was damaged. Right across the street on Nick Davis, Eagle Point got hit, pretty dang bad out that way.
It was real bad in Eagle Point too.
Well,
it was real bad in Eagle Point.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's real worse.
And those poor, we always joke about who's the best at football and stuff, but times like this right here, I had one guy come up to me, he's an Alabama fan, said, "Go Tigers." Like, thank you.
But I mean, it was incredible, incredible. And I think when we were coming back from Rogersville, we were in the start of that. Man, it was just bad driving. I don't even see how people in small cars could stay on the 72.
You and Daryl, me and Zorro were about to get in the storm cell.
It was bad. All right, let's change subject a little bit here and go to something else. Let's talk about one of the most popular commentators on radio. Rush Limbaugh's basically made a fool of himself. I mean,
he always does.
He's absolutely, this time he's made a fool of himself. In my personal opinion on this is, under attack from all sides, conservative icon radio man Rush Limbaugh apologized Monday for calling a female law student a slut and a prostitute, but it was not enough to stop a stream of advertisements on his nationally syndicated radio show from dropping him. He says this was a case of bad word choice. It was a brutally sexualized accusation, according to CNN, of course.
Well, Chris Matthews said the same thing about Hillary Clinton, but it never, when she was running against Barack, never came out. So it's actually a liberal attack. He had a bad choice of words, but when it's on the other side,
very bad choice of words.
Hillary
Which
was called
sponsors
that
dropped
same
out?
thing?
About 10
Chris
of them.
Matthews.
Really?
Chris Matthews is an idiot anyway.
Let me remind you, we'll go back, since we're talking about slut and prostitute here, we'll go back, let's go back and clarify the comment that you were making about you. What we're talking about is a home and garden show when she tried out a bed with Roy Story down there.
A vibrating bed.
Yeah, vibrating bed. We'll talk about that later. We'll try to get that on later this week. Hey, Donnie,
need to find out how much that dude
you're
is.
always bragging about that dang car you got.
Well, it hit 100. I tell you, it'll hit 100.
Y'all know our current president, Obama, says that when he's out of office in 5 years, he's going to buy one of them Chevy Volts. Well, they just laid off 1,300 workers because of the sales of this dang thing. The 1,300 workers that build Volts will be laid off till the 23rd of April. Chevrolet sold 1,023 in February. So they've only sold 1,600 this year. The thing sells for about 40-something thousand.
About 43,000. That's the problem with it. It's way expensive. The Toyota Prius is not even near about that much.
Ford, but now Volkswagen has come up with a diesel hybrid, Tom, that'll get 131 miles per gallon.
I'm buying that bad boy now.
131 miles a gallon.
Yep.
Anything to put the gas companies out of business, I'm good to go.
Of course, it probably won't be available until about 10 years from now.
High in demand.
Will that bring the diesel price down?
I don't know.
Yeah, diesel.
The good news is I noticed at
Surely
Jiffy
it won't
this
stay
morning,
high.
Frank, gas has not gone up any over the weekend. It's still $3.65 a gallon.
351 at the Kangaroo in Madison.
Man, when you drive a Hummer, man, you can't worry about the price of gas. Just don't go nowhere. Stay close to home.
You got a Mercedes that gets a lot better gas mileage.
I doubt it. Also, let me remind you, today being Tuesday, next
Yes.
Tuesday,
It's Super Tuesday.
well, Super Tuesday Day across the nation. Next Tuesday is the local election here.
Oh,
So
already?
y'all be sure to get out and vote, and we'll have plenty of politicians on this week. Speaking of politicians, in the Chili Challenge, here's the times that will be on the remainder of the week. Y'all may have seen it a couple of extra times running Saturday, tonight at 7, Saturday, wrong one. Brad, trying to screw me up this morning. Boy, wake up. We're going to have video of the Home and Garden Show coming up in just a little bit, too. We'll go to that 40th surprise birthday party that we were all in attendance the other night. Jaw Jack will be up here cooking. Don't forget to call Lewis & Sons Roofing and Remodeling. They are one of our primary sponsors now. We're going to take a break. Is that it?
That's it.
Take a break, come back. I'll do a little Z&E in just a moment. Y'all hang on.